YouTube, YouTube. What's good? What's good, man? I'm your favorite Gemini, Kash the Gemini, back with another video, back with a live segment, if you will, of a Loki Premium Format, Kash Out around no by Sideshow Collectibles, the GOAT company, the GOAT license company that is, man. With that being said, I'm joined by my co-host, man. The BBC Zone, as Crippler would say, get your mind out the gutter, man. It stands for Broke Boys Collecting Club, man. Year of the Dragon. What's going on, Buck fans?
It's going well. What's up, man? Tired as hell, but keep it.
Hey, man, I'm tired too, man. But there's a couple pieces I was waiting on, a couple pieces that a special occasion arose. And I said, hey, man, they released that Constantine, they released that Loki. I'll drop a cash out or I don't know. Some of them require a specific live. You can't always do them pre-recorded. Some of them require a live. Constantine, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that for you guys probably tomorrow. Give you guys my thoughts on that. But when it comes to this Loki, had to do it live, man. Had to do it live, man. Let me just get situated.
You were telling me I was gonna be surprised. I might be surprised by what you say.
Man, look, my headphone broke. That's the custom naysayers there they have bamboozled my my headgear, man. They have bamboozled my headgear, bro. Yeah, man. I said, without further ado, I said there's only one thing to know, man. We'll get to it in a second. Carl Hemmings, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Random Korean, the man, the myth, the legend. And if you guys didn't know, the room tour, that is what's left of the man cave, will be coming live this Friday. The room tour goes live. However, because Random Korean is a channel member, that will go up live 48 hours early for my guy Random Korean. So Random Korean, you'll be able to see the room tour. I think you're in a different time zone, so I don't know if it'll be like Wednesday or Thursday for you, but it'll be at least 24 hours before everyone else, the non-members. Because I think you're in Australia, I
believe so.
Yeah.
Either that or he's in Korea. No, I think he's in Australia.
Hey, I don't want to judge by the name. Patrick Thomas, what's good? What's good, man? Bigger Kong, what's going on, my brother? Eric Cyrus, what's good? What's good, man? Battle Cat.
What's up, guys?
Jojo Valdez, damn Cash, the GOAT statue company. Now your throat must be hurting. Hey, man, the statue show must be sponsored by Halls, man. You pop a cherry, you feel good. Get it?
Oh man.
MTEL, what's good? What's good, man? Lucky Lex, what's going on? I'm not sure what flag that is, but shout out.
Oh, that's Australia.
Australia. Okay. Shout out Luke, if you know, you know.
Aussie. But yeah, Carl, eventually I'll do one for the Kash the Gemini channel eventually.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, dude. There's gonna be a couple room tours coming to the channel. I'm gonna do one myself of the man cave, and then at the end of the year, you'll see an updated tour of the man cave. At the end of this year, sometime as well, you'll see the Gotham room tour. I'm gonna get one of J-Rob, updated J-Rob tour. I'll probably go to some local comics shops as well and do some stuff there, man. But hey, this a Loki day, man. This is a Loki day. I don't even want to talk about the room tours because the rooms don't have Loki, right? They don't have a Loki, bro. Buck, I just need to know from you, what do you think about what Steve Lord, Richard Luong, Bernardo, the Sideshow team, what do you think about what they all did, man?
First of all, I'm going to say I was so far from the truth of my guess. I thought it was going to be a Daniel Bell sculpt. It was Steve Lord.
You did say Daniel Bell.
Shout out to Steve Lord. It seems like he's the only one on sculpt on this, so he did the whole thing. in general, it's a strong piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy? If they release this piece without showing this second portrait, I would have thought better of it than after they showed the second portrait. I do not like this portrait. I think it has a nice expression, but this Loki portrait does not go with this like outfit. It's meant this is the in the comics. This is the one he wears with the suit now. Like he
Mm-hmm.
wears like a suit, where he has like like in the show. I don't know. I'm not feeling this
Yeah.
one too much, but the
Yeah.
expression is top notch. Very expressive portrait. Um, Overall a good statue so far. What else
Yeah.
you want to ask?
No, man. I'm curious as to what do you think on the what would be the fur around the neck.
It's sculpted quite nicely. It has a lot of depth to it, a lot of layers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have thicker fibers layered on top of other fibers, and then you got thinner fibers on top of those. It's like just a bunch of layers, and it adds complexity and depth to the fur. It's one of the some of the better sculpted fur we've seen on the statue,
Mm-hmm.
just in general, regardless of company.
Oh, most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So we got it's pretty definitive, like who worked on what here. The number of people isn't that large. So you got Steve Lord on the sculpt,
Mm-hmm.
Richard Long on the design,
Mm-hmm.
and Bernardo Escovel on paint.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think out of those three dimensions of the piece? What stands out the most to you? Is it the sculpt, the paint, or the design? And it might be all of them together, but like try to find what is it that really speaks to you on this statue.
Well, first and foremost, man, you know I'm a huge fan of Richard Luong, man. I love what he does. That's number one. But Steve Lord, man, he's no chump himself, man. Obviously you got the succubus that he worked on. A lot of people like that. X-23, I know that's kind of shaky there. Red Sonja, Savage Sword. There's a couple other pieces. He also worked on the Wonder Woman, Saving the Day, the one like this. So he's worked on a couple pieces that, you know, have a little mixed feelings and stuff like that. But the design and the paint is what sticks out most for me. Richard does an incredible job on the design, and then when we talk about the paint, Bernardo was knocking the paint stuff out the park. Like everything that's been great from this like year 2000, this sideshow year 30 mixed with like 2025. I mean, you're talking Bernardo or Kate or Kat Sapene, excuse me. You're literally talking those two, and I mean, they're neck and neck of who you want to be your favorite painter.
Mm-hmm.
Bernardo Riddler, Constantine, MODOK, Archangel, Weapon X, Captain Rex, The Mandalorian, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, Superman Premium Format, The Bishop, Batman versus Joker. Need I go on? But I will. Dark Side. Come on, man. Ghost Rider.
Can you take like a? Can you pull back a bit on the image? Let's see like a full screen, like the statue in its entirety.
Let's see if I got one.
That's a good angle.
Right here,
man. Okay. The paint on this is crispy.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
This is a good angle of the statue. Can you go to the one where they show both portraits?
Yeah, man. Let's check out the portraits, man.
Like the portrait I said I didn't like, the expression is just so good. I don't like the horns and the like the hair, but I get what they're doing. I like it's a great portrait. It doesn't necessarily feel right on this piece. The expression is next level on both heads.
Yeah.
You know, look at the smirk. Like you're getting two different. It's pretty much the same kind of feeling or emotion being expressed, but like you're getting two very like relatively different expressions from both.
It gives it like a different feel because the second portrait is so different. But I do agree with Jesse. This isn't EX or fail for me. For me, I like the collector's edition portrait personally.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Jesse. But as you know, I'm a collector though, so I gotta have the exclusive because I'm a real collector though. Heck yeah. Shout out Eric, man. Says I definitely agree with Buck on that second portrait. Not feeling it. Could have just done the first portrait reveal. I agree, man. You know, people like they swap out some. I think the second one, there's gonna be some people out there that's gonna be like, oh, it has a little bit of Tom Hiddleston in it. Got a little bit of Tom Hiddleston in it. And so yeah, man, they'll probably like it.
You know what would have been sick? Because the way they've decided to do this throne, it's very.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
What do you think I'm gonna say? I think it looks good. I wasn't gonna say anything bad.
I thought we were going J.P. Mavinga, William Harbottle. I thought that's where we were going, but I thought
no, not Thanos on throne. It's like it's drawing heavily from like just it looks like an actual, like if you were to see an actual Jarl, what their throne room would look. This isn't what like I would say a throne would look like in Asgard specifically. This looks more like an ancient Norse throne, right? It like in the actual human world, not in like Asgard in the comics. You know, it like the wood, like the materials they've chosen to represent it. The way it's not like, oh, that's sick. That's my first time seeing this.
Sorry, it's a little blurry on this one here. Let me actually 1 second. Sorry, guys. I do agree with you though, and that's what I like about it, is that it is so different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I like that it just feels different than what we're used to seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm trying to. Sorry, I did not know this was going to come up blurry like that. But even if you look at like the ram behind him, that's insane.
The portrait is insane.
God dang, look at that portrait.
They nailed that.
Buck as a historian. Professor Buck. Nah, man. How do you feel about the teeth?
I think it could be like, you know, could have like a clear coat on it, look more like look shinier. Like, you know, like there's saliva on it. His teeth look too matte. That's what I'd say. Like there needs to be some kind of glisten to it. But in terms of the sculpt, it looks good. Good sculpt. You can see like his teeth are a bit like his jaw isn't fully even. The lower, he has kind of like an underbite, slight.
Yeah.
But like that slight touch to do that, that's nice. I appreciate that. You know,
dude. I like the paint on the fur. That's how it should look. It shouldn't look, you know, white and clean. Man, I really, really like the details in the portrait. I love
this.
Like the cheek area. I love the redness of the nose. I love like the man. Like
Eric is asking what you would pair this with.
Well, for me, it's definitely gonna go next to my Sideshow Collectibles Thor Premium Format by Martine. I'm gonna have it next to that. What will be on the opposite side? Who knows? But definitely next to that for sure.
Yeah, man. I like. I'm liking a lot of what I see in general. In terms of the costume, it has like a classic vibe to it.
Stop the madness, Dennis. This is a serious show, Dennis. Stop the madness.
Send this man to the shadow realm.
The only bad thing is the box. We don't even know what the box looks like, Dennis. Oh man. So how do you feel about this part right here, Buck? There's this little part right here, on the waist.
Mm-hmm. Like the belt.
Just well, the belt specifically, yeah, but like the paint on it, like it looks like I don't say leather, but
it does look leatherish, right?
It does look okay.
It is leather. One thing I like is the color variation in the scales on the green. See how you got like some orange, brown, dark green, light green. Like I like that color variation in general. Do you think we could have seen a bit more variation in the material choices?
Um, I mean, it's giving you everything you want because even if you look at, he has the two gold. I don't know what they call, but like the clasps or whatever, like Thor has as well with the chain across it. So you have that there. You
Brooch.
got the fur. Um, I mean, I think you're getting everything, but most importantly, this is what I got to point out to you though, because I think you were one of the few people who called it on the hand, the Odin spear, as well as Thor's weapon. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of crazy because a lot of people were like, what? Well, his hand is doing something. I think Jarhead also was another person who called it out. Like, hey, I wonder if he's going to be holding that. And I think that's just a great touch of having, his brother and his father's stuff. Man, that's crazy. And the helmet is just an added touch because they didn't have to put the helmet there. The having Thor and Odin's weapons, that's already cool enough there. But to have that extra touch of the helmet, that's crazy to me, man.
What do you think the purple fabric represents? At first, it might have come across as a cape, but like I don't think it is.
Nah.
Maybe like some drapery that just like fell across the throne after.
Yeah.
Because how do you think he got here? Right? Did he like for him to have Thor and Odin's weapons? Right? Like what's the story? What's the vibe you're getting from this in general?
Like what do I visually see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because he's a trickster, you could obviously think of something like he was maybe perhaps pretending to be them, and he got the throne by tricking the people of Asgard, and he transforms back to his Loki self, for example, and hey, I got my dad's weapon, got my brother's weapon. Like there's so many ways of using the imagination as how you can think of it,
Mm-hmm. He's making a mockery of
being the king and the chosen prince. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The way he's holding the strap of the hammer it's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Because he's playing at the fact that he might be worthy.
It's subtle, bro. Look at that.
And he only uses just the tip of like the one finger. So it's like if I can lift this with one finger, he's kind of implying that, but he's not actually lifting it too because it's still firmly on the ground.
I'm good, Dennis. Don't worry, I'm good. Yep, we agree, JJ. Edict's not needed, but I will get it. It might shock when it's in hand. Yeah, that does happen from time to time. You're like, oh wow, I didn't expect that. So I can see that, man. I can see that.
So Road Dogg and Alan Kiefer are saying the purple, like it denotes kingship. It's color royalty.
Whoa. Hey, Buck, I would expect nothing less coming from Mr. Alan Kiefer of knowing that answer. I would expect nothing less from Alan Kiefer.
It's also usually the color of his cape when he has a cape.
Yeah.
Like every now and then. It might that's purple tends to be part of his modern color scheme.
No more mixed media capes from Sideshow. Some people like mixed media, some people don't. For me, I don't traditionally have a preference. I prefer not having a mixed media, but I don't have a preference. Even if you look at his boot here, or going down to the leg, even that has the matching fur on that, Buck. Like, there's so many details. Even you can even see a little bit of like dirtiness on the knee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really like the paint. Like the gradient on the fur on there.
Yeah, it looks good. Hey, 1 second. I'm actually gonna grab something. Keep it going. I'm gonna grab something real quick.
All right. Kash should have given me control. What do you guys think about his kneecaps? To the chat. Oh, Jesse Hernandez. He says the ram is associated with Thor. I've forgotten his the ram's name. Is there supposed to be two of them pulling his chariot or something? Tooth Gnasher and something else. And the snake is the world serpent. Yep, Jormungandr. The World Serpent is Loki's son in Norse mythology and is killed by Thor. All right.
So right here, I had this. Oh, so I've had this before. It's a 9.8. The glare. But see if the glare is pretty bad there. So I had that Loki 9.8, and then just to show you guys as well, have this custom made as well. Prince of Asgard.
I like the gradient on that, on the text.
Yeah, and I got Loki on both sides. Prince of Asgard, baby. Heck yeah. So just was pretty excited to share that as well, man. You know, Tooth Grinder and Tooth Grinder.
Tooth Gnasher. That's the name of Thor's goats or rams.
Wow. Yeah, man. This piece is very incredible. What do you think about the wood that you can see here? Is the wood very impressive?
It was very convincing. I like the way it's not super ornate or grandiose. Like, it's literally just wood that's been carved into with like reliefs, but you're not seeing a bunch of like filigree on the edges and all that. It's like carved wood, and it's a blocky throne carved from wood. The shape is not very organic. It's to an extent it's kind of practical, but at the same time there's a story being told. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Eric said he loves the fingernails.
I mean, the fingernails are a real good touch, man. It's like every detail was taken. It looks like an actual, like something you would see in one of those like old like Viking shows or something, man. So I really do like it. What's going on, Tony? Say Frosty. What's going on, man?
Look at the leather straps on his forearms. You see how like the edge is a lighter brown when you cut the leather, that you get that feel. It's a nice touch. Yeah, the painters at Sideshow really know what they're doing.
Yeah, man, it's something about this portrait here that just does it, man.
He looks so mischievous, man.
Yeah. So I believe it was JoJo who said something earlier, basically that, you know, it's a good statue, but not at 1K, and after taxes and shipping, you might be looking at about 1,300. What do you think price wise if this was one you've been waiting for?
There's kind of like precedent for this. The throne statues have been expensive in the past. Look at the Thanos on throne.
1,200,
and that came out a while ago. However, I would say this throne is not as detailed as that, and in general, Loki is not as big as Thanos. Still, a lot of time has passed since then. I wouldn't buy this, not for the price, but I'm not feeling upset about the price either, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, I had like most anticipated statues.
Sorry, how much is this again?
Oh, yep, people. I'm extremely sorry. Let me go ahead and pull that up, man. That is definitely on me. This is a premium format with the collector's edition and exclusive, coming in at $1,020 for the exclusive. The collector's edition is coming in at $995. So I actually got to ask you about that, Buck, because what do you think about that? Because before, the exclusives were maybe $10 to $15. At this point, now they're saying for an exclusive, there's an additional $25 more. Doesn't bother me personally, because if I want it, I'm gonna get it. It's only $25, but that's where it starts. You know what I'm saying? So what's your thoughts on that? 1,020. You add in shipping, let's just say 1,100. You add in tax, let's just say 1,200. So you probably looking at 12. I'd say realistically 1,200. 1,200.
For me, shipping tends to be between like 35 to 65 from Sideshow.
Wow.
Um, if we assume this is going to be on the upper end, and yeah, it will be pretty close to 1300 if I got this, but I'm not at risk of getting this. I think it looks cool though.
D flex one, man. Please, man. Don't come in here with the with the hate, with the with the banter, with the bashing. Okay. Don't come in here with that. Y'all still waiting on y'all XM Studios Loki. Remember XMTs, y'all, the Galactus? Yeah, it's just like the Fox one, man. It's just like the Fox one where y'all thought Galactus was coming, but he never came. It's just like that, man.
I'm curious, like, do many people have you been seeing much noise about the price not being right on this piece, this one specifically?
There's been a couple people that had some stuff to say. I'm gonna see if I can find something real quick.
Chime in the chat. So far it seems like Tony does not like the price. Deflex does not like the price. Where would you price this at, Tony and Deflex? Like, if not a 995 or 1020, where would you price it? I feel like any price you would give would be very close to that amount.
So it seems like people would probably just want like $100 off. I think seeing that close to 1,000 is like, I think that's what's doing it.
This feels like a statement piece, though. Like, whenever I like when it comes to statement pieces, I give a bit more leeway on the pricing. Sideshow is Deflex.
Hey man, don't hey Buck, don't disrespect us like we Twitter head.
That's
the
Deflex,
mic cut off. The mic cut off.
That's definitely what I'm willing to pay for most Sideshow, but I wouldn't say that's retail price for this. I wouldn't price this at $700.
What's going on?
Shane?
What's going on, Shane, aka White Chocolate? Okay, all jokes aside, in a perfect scenario, I would have loved this piece to be, I'm gonna say $800. In a perfect scenario, I think $800 would have been, I would have liked it, the price. But for me, knowing, hey, I'm picking this piece up regardless, I was on the fence. I was gonna get it regardless. So for me, I didn't care as much, so to say. I think it's an incredible piece, and it's one of those ones where, I was gonna get it. If you look at the height, I mean, you're talking about, 23.3 inches in height, and a lot of that has to do with basically, the spear there, going all the way up here. I like what we're getting from the new Sideshow. I understand the prices are higher than what we would have been accustomed to the last couple of years, but no different than Dion was saying on Tuesday with CMP. Shout out Casual No Problems, by the way. You gotta just be selective in what you're getting. Like, I've been waiting for a Loki. I've been waiting for a Constantine. There's a certain Justice League character I wanted, and when you have those certain characters you want, like, you do got to go ahead and grab them if it's the one you want, but if it's too high, don't feel pressured to get it just because they finally made the character you want, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you just get one of the few you want or whatnot, just pace yourself. But for me, I think this is the definitive Loki. And I'm only, like, what I do like about Sideshow is, even if you do look at all the dimensions, I mean, you're talking 23.3 inches in height. I think that's perfect, especially since he is sitting down. You look at the depth, you're talking 15.9 inches. I love that it's not taking up too much space, and even the width, 15.7, it's just not taking up a lot of space, and that's what I love. Most importantly, that's literally what I love most importantly. I want to bring up this one picture here, and just to get your opinion on this picture, man. When I see this picture, just with the background, and I know none of this shit goes with Loki, but it's just like, dude, when you see everything, I mean, the spear of Odin, you got Thor representation on the right, a classic portrait, a modern portrait. I mean, you got the snake, the ram, the helmet, the throne with the steps, chef's kiss. What more? I mean, I agree with Buck. This is a staple piece, man. A staple piece. A staple piece, man. Look at this.
I can see there's a lot of outrage about the price. I'm genuinely surprised. Like, I don't know. Just like, I think with this, there's precedence for the price point. Like I mentioned with Thanos on Throne, right?
Yeah.
This is a piece that I would say, and definitely, is it like if you're looking at raw like material used to make this, maybe
Yeah.
not, but there's enough complexity to the piece that it feels like, again, I'm not outraged. Like I said, like the fur, the suit, the scales on his armor, the reliefs on the throne, the purple, like I guess I'll call it drapery on the throne as well. The hammer, the spear, all of that stuff like coming together. It feels like there's enough happening and it's complex enough. I know someone says Batgirl is better than this. Like you might feel it's better, but is it as I don't know. You know, it's fair enough, fair point. They probably use about the same material in terms to make the statue. I think it's more than just the raw material that determines the price in this regard. But I can't make myself be upset about this. I know Cypher says there's a normalization of inflation in the pricing. I don't know. This one just doesn't like get to me. I don't have a problem with this. If this was like a premium format character just standing on a base that wasn't too complex or ornate, it would seem I would be expecting a price point like below $800, but it's not. There's something happening here conceptually. It's more interesting than what we usually get, and in terms of the execution, it's also, I think it's a step above what we usually get as well.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. Looks like a lot of people definitely don't want the price. Tony Stay Frosty, yeah, man. The edition size is not set yet. If I had a prediction on the edition size, obviously you have a collector's edition and exclusive. I'm gonna say the exclusive is gonna have an edition size of 300. I don't think the edition size is gonna be a lot. I'm gonna say 300, maybe even 200 on the exclusive. The collector's edition, I'm going to say 500. I think this is going to be a very low total ES of, let's just say, a collective 800. I think this is going to be one of them sought after pieces. Again, you're getting great sculpt, great paint. Pricing is going to be second to none. Even if you say the customs are better, that's subjective. But even if that's the case, it's still going to be cheaper than the custom. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And man, this got everything you want, man. Everything you want.
Let's ask that question then, because
yeah,
let's look at if this same statue looked exactly like this, was made custom, right? It would be more expensive.
Yep.
I think they would probably just out the gate, before they charge you for PayPal fees, they would probably price this same statue would be priced around 1,300.
Yeah.
If it was a custom. No less than 1,200.
1,250 less at the least.
At the least, I would say. And yeah, and the paint will not be as good.
Nope.
You wouldn't see as much depth in the color. The color variation and the scales on his, obviously we're looking at a prototype, so
yeah,
take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But personally, I've always felt like the paint job on Sideshow is still better than the vast majority of customs.
And you know why, right? Because they'll have Casey Love in there putting in work. They'll have Bernardo in there putting in work. They'll have Kat Sapine in there putting in work. The customs, y'all got them in there slaving away. She can't even go home to her family at night and take a break because every custom painted by Tintin. That's all they ever announced, is all I'm saying. So I'm just saying, hey, if you come over here, you getting a great paint job, all right? You getting a great paint job, man. And I know it ain't gonna be Bernardo himself painting the one you get, but I'm just saying it's gonna be clean, undusted. That's very important.
There's 2 points in the chat that I think we should address. First of all, Cypher said, I feel like you're justifying by comparing to customs. Compare it to SS prices last year. Fair enough. What do you say to that?
I'm only comparing the Sideshow Loki to the custom Lokis because that's all we have to compare it to. You know, there's no XM Loki, no Prime 1 Loki, for example. So I have to compare it to something, because that's what I've been hearing from the people. Even if that is the case, right? Whether it's this year, last year, 5 years, the Sideshow one is still cheaper. Even if it's higher price, it's still cheaper. There's no other way around it. I'm somebody who owned a custom Loki, so I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just speaking from, oh, what did you pay, Buck? Oh, okay, and not really knowing. Like I bought it, I owned it, and it was hollow. It wasn't what it should have been. This is going to be a much better product. I'm not trying to boost them or tell you what to buy. I'm just saying what my experiences were, right?
I would say to this as well. I would say I think the only reason why we brought up customs is because it's been a recurring theme on the channel. That's why we brought it up. In general, the prices is it higher, much higher than what they would have done last year? 100%.
Yes,
right.
100%.
It is more expensive.
100%.
And I think previously I was much more I reacted much more negatively to Sideshow's price increases. I think at this point, like I've gone in terms of my stages of grief, like I'm at acceptance at this point. It is what it is. I don't like it, but I'm not necessarily upset. I think I'm just apathetic towards it, and I'm indifferent. I just don't care anymore. It's not good, but it's here to stay. The last like the Weapon X is 1,000 plus as well, which is insane. I wanted that piece when I saw the price. My desire died, you know.
I agree. This comment here, I'll just pull up one quick picture of Constantine and just go over this comment real quick. Just some bum. I just want to be clear. I'm not advocating that I agree with the prices. I'm simply saying that I'm gonna be purchasing slow myself. So if you happen to miss out on some, that's so be it. That's kind of like the price of based on the price tag, there might be a couple that I do miss. But with that being said, kind of how me and Buck, talk about like a tier system. For me, Loki is number 1 on the tier system right now. So that means I might miss out on Constantine because I'm choosing to get Loki first based on the price. Now, if you're comparing Loki versus Constantine, I guess you could say they're both thrones, so to say. Another behind the scene things that none of us know about, and quite frankly, as a consumer, I personally don't care about what I'm about to say next. We don't know about the licensing, far as if they're paying more for a Constantine license versus a Loki, and maybe that's the reason why we have to, pay a little bit more or whatever. Again, as a consumer, I personally don't care about that part.
That's highly likely. I from what I understand, most of the outrageous prices we've seen in the between last year and this year have come from Marvel pieces, more so than DC. The Ghost Rider, that upset people. Star Wars upset people. this was cheaper than I expected. This statue.
Really?
Yes, I expected this to cross the
Really?
$1,000 mark.
985.
Yeah, I expected this to cross the $1,000 mark because of the level of complexity on the base. Um, and that's not to say I want it to be $1,000, but based on like
Oh,
what I just thought that's a price they could have gotten away with this statue, if you get what I'm saying.
yeah. Yeah. I get that. I do agree. I mean, this statue has a lot more things in it to the eye, if that's what you're looking at. But for me personally, when I see the Loki, I am able to. The Loki for me is more appealing. It's more artistry to me. For this one here, it has a lot going on, but in a good way. But that Loki is it's more subtle. Like Buck said, it's just a statement piece to me. You know what I'm saying? I know the Loki is only, what would that be, $40 more. And you're probably like, well, how the hell is Constantine cheaper with no exclusive, but Loki is $40 more? And I don't work for them. I can't tell you, but from what I can see,
What I will say is, with the price increases on some of these pieces, I'll say this for sure. This statue is much more visually interesting than the average sideshow statue.
yeah,
Does it warrant like and in a sense that makes me expect a higher price point, but and the same goes for the Loki, but I think that increase, like where it feels right or wrong to you as a collector. For me, my like I just feel like it's an all right spot for the Loki, and the Constantine. Like I said, is cheaper than I expected. I would have expected this to be 1,100 for the Constantine, so it's cheaper than I expected.
Yeah. I think overall, the Constantine does look good. You know what I mean? I can't say which one I think is better or anything like that. I know, like, just when I'm looking at the Loki though, for me, I don't know, man. There's just something about the Loki that just looks right to me. It's just something about it.
Let's like just touch a little bit briefly more on price, and then I think we'll be done. Cypher said, "What would you say at the end of the year if there was a release from Sideshow comparable to Loki and it's 1,300?" I would find that absurd.
Ooh.
I don't think they will do that, but if they did that, I would find it absurd. I don't see the Loki as a $1,300 piece. At its current price point, I think it's expensive. But I'm not outraged. I just don't feel it. It's not the feeling is not there for me. And if someone says this is too expensive for them, I'm like, yeah, it's too expensive for me too. I would never pay that amount of money for this. If this was a character I wanted, and they were charging, like, what would be a price point that I would like for this? 900, maybe. But that's not so far from what is actually there, so I might still eventually cave if this was a good, like. And the thing is, the statue is good. Like it still looks pretty good. And I think that's gonna be the difficult part for a lot of collectors, because if you think it looks awesome, even if you think the price is too high,
Yeah.
how much higher is it from your ceiling? Some people have said this would have been priced well around like 800 and something, or like the low 900s. And so if you thought this was a really good statue and it was just like you needed to pay less than $100 more to get it, I think a lot of people would end up caving.
I think so too. Do you feel if the edition size, let's just say, is like how the Beast is? The Beast is what's going on, Matt? The Beast is 200 for the exclusive, and I believe the regular is like 400. It's very, very small. If you think the ES is comparable to Beast, do you think at that point people will say, maybe I want it looks good, I want it, or let me go ahead and get it?
I think at this price for this character, the ES is likely gonna be on the really low end.
Yeah.
I think that will make the price feel justified to a lot of people in the future. If
Hmm.
this sells out quickly, a lot of people they're gonna feel a sense of regret like they did on Ghost Rider, and there's gonna be people rushing out to find the piece later on eBay or in the aftermarket, other parts of the aftermarket.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Not too much, man. Not too much.
You think this will sell out quickly? I guess it'll depend on the ES, right?
Depends on yeah. I think it's gonna be low.
I
What do you
think so,
think?
bro.
With that price point, I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of friction, like with that price. There's a lot of pushback from on this one. I don't feel it. For me, I'm not feeling it. But like, there's people that still feel the price is outrageous. I think there's a fair amount of people that are just all right with it.
Yeah.
Less so on pricing. I saw someone ask earlier was what would you pair this with? Is there a Thor that you feel like could match with this Loki statue?
There's a custom Thor I think would match with this one pretty good.
What's he doing?
He's pretty much standing there, but it's
What's up, Norman?
I mean it's not a dynamic pose. What's up, Norm? It's a
Is
museum
it the Franco
pose.
one that's going up?
No, he's holding. You can switch out his hammer. You can switch out his hammer with you can switch out Mjolnir with the other. What's the other one called?
Stormbreaker.
Yeah, Stormbreaker.
Yeah, that's the
I'd have to give me a minute. I'll try to dig it up, and I will.
yeah.
I'll shoot over to Kash.
Randomly, someone, I think it was Cypher, who said these are quarter scale Prime 1 prices. That is not even. No, that's not true. And for the most part, Prime 1 quarter scales are much more expensive than this. It's just on rare occasions when they're around this price point, we think they're cheap.
Hey, you see is that me? Am I tripping? But doesn't the collar part here look different on the exclusive versus the? It's like it's a little darker.
It would seem like it's thicker too.
Yeah.
Like it's darker because it's painted different. That's probably like how the switch out slots in. But
yeah,
it might just be a fitment thing because this is still a prototype.
Yeah.
Because you can see like part of that is not painted.
Yeah.
On the collar for the right, you can see some white of the resin.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
right
it's probably just like a fitment thing, and it will be adjusted in the final production.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Do you have any insights into this, Matt? Into this statue?
I think it's a nice statue, to be honest with you. I really like it. I think it's cool. I think it's well done. I would say it's probably one of the best Lokis I've seen. I'm sure there's some others out there that may not have seen. I like it. I think it's cool. I like the sinister smile.
Yeah.
It's Sideshow, so it's a good typical Sideshow piece. So it's I think it'll be really good. I'm kind of like with the general public reaction of, I think this is about maybe a couple of $100 higher than what anticipated. You know what I mean, or what I would say it would be worth.
Mm-hmm.
I would see this piece burn around $799, $800 or something like that. I could understand that price point
based on their current trends. So that's how you feel like it should be priced. But based on the current pricing trends from them, is this very shocking, or do you feel this line with?
So how much was Bishop?
Bishop was close to $1,000, I believe.
$925,
if I'm not mistaken, for Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So no, it's falling in line with their trends. And Ghost Rider was what, around the same price, right? $1,050.
Yeah,
$1,110, right?
I don't know. It was expensive. Is all I remember. and same with Weapon X.
Yeah, but then was
Looking
how
up.
what's their least expensive statue that they've put up? But I guess the thing is, a lot of people were accustomed to Sideshow with the $500 or $600 pieces, right?
Yeah,
That's a
Ghost Rider
long time
1110
ago.
and Weapon X is 1050.
Yeah, if we look at their recent releases, they've been in the 900 and up area.
Even the fastball special with Colossus and Wolverine is 1050. The same with Batman versus Joker. You could argue it's two characters, but I mean, this is the price that people have been getting accustomed to. Again, the product is a lot better. Paint, sculpt, everything, design, concept it's a lot better in my opinion, visually. But do you want to pay it?
Yeah, but see, I guess the other two have light up features, so that was the excuse that was used to justify the price, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what the community was trying to use to like make sense of the price.
Right.
It's. I think this is where we're at now. This is just where we're at. Sideshow is making $1,000 premium formats, and it's only the price does not go down, fellas. It only goes up. Do you guys think the prices on this are in anticipation of added costs on their part due to the tariff stuff going on?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think this. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think they'll tack that stuff on at the end later on. Probably. They're looking at a base price right now, and that stuff may come. They may tack that on, build that into their shipping. So, I think right now they're looking at their price point for their P&L is going to have to be somewhere around $1,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's what I think they're looking at. And
what were the last few? Sorry, go ahead, Matt. My bad.
No. That was it. That was pretty much it.
I was gonna say, what were the last few statues dropped by Sideshow? I'm trying to. How do you look at it on their website?
The last 3 dials?
No, just the last few. I'm going to the website. And then I want to just look at the price trend.
Heck, if you pull up the Loki and just press on Bernardo's name, he's painted a lot of the newer stuff, so that'll pop. That's a quick way to bring it up. I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't really care for the new pricing. However, I see it as one of those things like, what are you gonna do? I mean, I feel like I'm one guy. I'm not gonna protest, and all of a sudden they're gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna lower the price." You know what I'm saying? People have been complaining about the price of a carton of eggs, and hell, if you want to bake a cake, you need some eggs. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm a Loki guy. So, hey, I'm gonna need a Loki. Is how I see it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me though.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you'll tell is how the reaction of the masses with their wallets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you hear that, guys? If you don't want this to continue, you need to not buy stuff. But I promise you, people are gonna keep buying stuff. So there's nothing you can do. All you can do is go spend your money elsewhere, and hope for the best. Hope that less and less people spend money until Sideshow changes something. What I don't think is gonna happen is the price going down. I think they're going to try and make their statues more elaborate, and they might to match your expectations for pricing. But the price is gonna go down. If the era of cheap Marvel and DC statues is behind us, unless you're buying on the aftermarket, unfortunately.
Yeah, that could be.
And even the aftermarket is going to start looking nasty because the ESs are going down. So these pieces, if you want them, don't sleep on a piece you think that looks good.
So this is some of the newer stuff that's been painted with Bernardo. Just to look at some pricing. $985 from Constantine, $945 from MODOK. Archangel was $850. Captain Rex 995. It does have a light up. Weapon X 1050 has a light up. Obi-Wan 725. Darth Vader Mythos 1125. But then you look at last year, the Mandalorian, well, 2 years ago, 640. Then you look at Superman 725. So it seems like the Justice League stuff is cheaper, but then the X-Men and other DC stuff is gonna be more, you know what I'm saying, and Star Wars.
Let me show.
Yeah, go ahead, Buck.
Let me share my screen.
This video is sponsored to you by watermelon juice from Arizona.
Oh my god! Yeah, you see this? Mm-hmm. So let's look at the prices of the last few pieces from Sideshow. Loki, $9.95, $10.20. Constantine, $9.85. They're dancing on the line. Marvel and DC. This is probably the cheapest statue they put out in a while. The Betty Page, $6.85. Riddler, surprisingly, $7.45. This feels like last year's pricing. They really jumped forward in terms of pricing. Last year was around $7.45, $7.60, around those price points. And now I feel like this is the new normal, $900 plus. $9.45 for MODOK. Rogue, surprisingly, $7.45. Archangel, $8.50. This re-release of Harley, $700. But look at the prices in general. The more desirable the piece, the more elaborate, the price just keeps going up, right? $8.50 for the Archangel. That has 3 portraits. I'm sure some people are happy with that.
I thought the price on the Archangel was nice. It could have been a little lower, but it was cool.
Right. So, well, that's what I'm saying. So, just the Archangel was what, $8.50?
$8.50.
Mm-hmm. How much? How much is Thrawn?
Thrawn. Let's. Is that out already? No. It's coming soon.
Thrawn, the Star Wars? Yeah, that's not out yet.
So they haven't put that up for purchase yet. But look at the Bishop, $8.95, $9.25.
Okay, right. And they have light up features. And then you look at Archangel, right? $8.50.
No light up, but it's $8.50. No light up on MODOK, but I guess it's large, $9.45.
So we bumped it up. So now we're $200 for the Loki.
I guess he's on a throne. Everyone puts special, people make it seem like those are supposed, I think in the community, I think we all assume that these are bigger deals than the regular statue where a character is standing on a base. The Rogue, it's a museum pose standing on a very small base. Loki is standing on sitting on a throne with a bunch of stuff happening on it. He's got a bunch of Easter eggs. The reliefs on the throne, the weapons, and the helmet.
Yo, Road Dog says Riddler is $7.45 for $245 more. Upgrade from a metal drum to a full Loki drum.
Oh man!
Hey yo, man, that just made comment of the week, dude. I'm going ahead and I'm screenshotting it right now, man. Shout out Road Dog for making comment of the week. Let me get the screenshot, man. Yep. That's comment of the week right there, man. If y'all don't know, at the end of each month, man, we're going to pick a winner for comment of the week. And that name is going in a bucket for at the end of the month, man. Shout out Road Dog.
Shout out Road Dog. Weapon X is $10.50. Peacemaker, $7.50. But I think that's because they can't get away with charging more on that.
Besides, I can only see the eagle.
Yeah. Oh, lol.
How much is the Hulk Wolverine dial?
That's $7.50.
2 characters.
That's a re-release, and it's not quarter scale.
It's a 5th scale, yeah.
All right. What about Darth Vader?
It's $1,125. I think that's absurd, but it's $1,125 for the exclusive. Then we go as far back as Beast, $7.50 and $7.25. I think, to be honest, they're charging what they think they can get away with.
Can you click on the Beast and show what's the edition size for the collector's edition? Because I know the exclusive was $250. Yeah, I think you might be right. Might just maybe ballparking it. 500. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so JJ says, but Magneto was $7.45.
how long ago did that come out? When did they put that up for pre-order? It was summer last year. To be honest, I don't know. Was it summer? You know what? That's not that long ago. It's not up to a year ago. It hasn't been a year since Magneto went up. I don't think so.
No,
I'm
not a
sure.
year. Not a
But
year.
look, Captain Rex is $9.95, but Magneto, you're saying is $7.20, but $7.45, but it doesn't have as much going on as Loki.
You could compare Magneto to Archangel, I think, right? You get 2 portraits versus 3. There's no light ups. The bases are.
I would say the base on Archangel is a bit more. It feels like I'm trying to justify the pricing.
Buck, you said it. You already said it. They're pushing to see what they can get away with.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. It's like I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like it either, and I'm not buying these either. I'm deleting my Sideshow account soon. But I gotta tell you, there's nothing you can do about it. Like,
no, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
All right, Buck. All right, Buck.
I'm actually gonna do it live on
the Sideshow reps or the Sideshow reps. Stop.
but look, if we want to go back to like $640, this $600 pricing is for their originals line for the most part, and then like the new price point for PFs, I would say is around
$750
and to $1,000.
But you never know, man. I mean, they may have an uptick with licensing fees, so they got to get that covered. So you never know.
Mentioned that too, right? He said and I would imagine the Marvel licensing is higher. However, they probably sell more Marvel statues in terms of the ES. Compared to the DC pieces. It's sad, it's unfortunate. This is the new reality. And you know it's crazy because we go back to last year and it seems this is the regular pricing, like $740, $735, $720.
We'll see what happens. I mean, but it's all gonna be reflective.
Even Red Sonja was like that was before that though.
I just appreciate the fact that
Deathstroke.
The ES numbers are,
they're going down.
Well, yeah, they're falling in line with collecting. You know what I mean?
I do like that, Matt. Just being honest, I've never been an ES guy, but I appreciate it.
Right? If you're a collector, you have to appreciate it. I mean, I get the fact that they want to produce stuff for the masses and everything, and I think that's maybe some of the corporate guys coming in and saying that and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
this is a Thor that Matt was talking about that would go good with that Loki.
You think so, Matt? I feel like this is like different stylistically.
It is, but I like this Thor, and that's the Thor. Plus he's got the Loki. See, he's got the Loki.
That's a good point.
On the base.
Yeah.
Got to keep the goat.
Yeah, it's not, and it's not the classic suit, but I like this Thor.
Yeah.
And I think it would go good with that Loki because the presence that he's giving off, it's Thor, right? He's more confident in this and that, where Loki's got that little sinister grin on.
Yeah. So Norman Rich makes a good point. If you're Sideshow and you're producing pieces that collector view as good or better than the competition, you probably feel that you're entitled to charge as much as the competition.
But Norman, I think that's where a lot of the friction is coming from. A lot of people don't feel Sideshow is as good as the competition. Now the Sideshow feel like they are. I think the thing is, there's no longer any competition, so Sideshow can charge whatever they want. XM who? Queen Studio who has the Marvel license making Marvel pieces right now?
Wow.
Like no. Who's making quarter scale Marvel comic pieces? They don't exist. They don't exist. License. Who? They don't exist. So Sasha's gonna charge
Iron Studios from time to time. They'll dibble dab in it.
And I think Iron Studios, when they do quarter scales, they have to distribute through Sideshow. I believe they use Sideshow's license somehow.
No different than Twitterhead when they do the 1/4 DC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Knight. It's definitely a sickness, man. I think you're right. It's definitely a sickness.
I'll tell you what you guys can do if you don't like the price points.
What?
Send a suggestion to Sideshow with your account. Tell them to reduce the pricing on their statues. Then tell support that you want to delete your account and delete your Sideshow account. That's gonna get something to happen. If you don't want to do that, nothing's gonna happen. You're just gonna complain about the price point, and it's gonna be tough luck. This is a losing fight that we're fighting. It's never gonna get cheaper. The prices do not get cheaper or anything. You know what you can hope? The price stays at 1,000 and your wages catch up. That's
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, okay.
The prices are
Hey, Matt. Your boss at work is like, you buying collectibles, ain't you, Matt? Let me go ahead and give you a raise. The price of eggs is going up, Matt. Here's a raise.
Well,
Buck living in fantasy world, man.
Yeah.
Look,
I think you live in a fantasy world if you think the price is gonna go down.
listen, there's an old adage in the corporate world to where when somebody likes something, they're going to pay for it, right? Like, for example, people who take care of animals, they don't make a lot of money, but they like taking care of animals because they love animals. And the guys at the top know that, so they they enjoy doing it. So why am I they'll do it for free if they could. We love our statues, so we're gonna pay for it, right? If you love something, you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
And I think in general, like there's less money in the hobby right now for the companies. Like instead of chicken or the egg, it's like a chicken or the egg scenario. I think the people started buying less, so the ESs went down and the prices went up. So the people who are still buying, they believe they have you by the balls, and so they're gonna charge you more so they can do their best to meet the previous amount of money that the amount of revenue they were pulling in.
Hold on, wait, you lost me there. You said so when the ESs went down and the prices went up, you said they stopped buying?
Sorry, so people stopped buying as much, so the ESs went down.
See, I think here's what I think happened. One, I think there was a flood of statues in the market, right? And when you have high yeses, right? People the value of the pieces just it's not worth it, right? Because you can get it anywhere. So that's one thing. So people stop buying, and then now it's flipped because the ESs went down and the prices are going up because the value of the piece would go up. That's the part of the collecting aspect of it.
Oh,
and
for collectors, yeah, but the company's looking at their bottom line, right?
Right. And I think the company has realized if we have a high ES, people aren't gonna buy. And now we're stuck with a lot of product that we have on the shelf that we can't get rid of. So I think we got to back this up. We got to back this up, and we have to compensate it. So how do you compensate it? You lower the ES and you raise the price.
Mm-hmm. I think what you're saying,
and then plus the economy hit. People realize my interest rate on my credit card ain't going down. I got 50 POs. Oh my God, I can't keep up with this. I'm looking around. I'm seeing thousands of dollars in my room, and I need to pay stuff. Damn statues.
I'm talking about me, Matt. I'm talking about me, Matt.
I'm just talking about everybody. So I think that also plays a factor as well. But I
think that's the biggest factor.
Yeah, but I also, listen.
That's why I said chicken or the egg. Did people stop buying as much first, or did the ESs go down first? Like what influenced what? So
I think people stopped buying first.
Yes.
First.
I think that's the case. People stopped buying first, and then the ESs went down to match, because I think the statue companies will make as many as they can sell. They don't care about what the statue. in like if the statue was selling for $1, like all their statues were selling for $1 on the aftermarket, they couldn't care less if everybody was still buying up their stock for retail prices. They don't care about the aftermarket. They just care that they can sell their pieces for the amount of money they're asking.
If you go on like Sideshow or you're scrolling through Facebook, it'll say, hey, hurry up and buy now. You don't want to have to fight eBay prices or aftermarket prices. Like, they advertise that. So they know people are buying an aftermarket.
And then which is actually creating FOMO.
Exactly.
Right?
With on top of the low ES.
Right.
Hey, don't get that 200 ES on eBay. I'm just saying.
Sorry, read this comment by Dr. Rashid. These statues are just not worth it like that. You can't even sell your piece to fund the next. The only reason why you can't do that, Rashid, is because your statues are trash. You buy garbage. Wow. All right, let's move on. Sorry, let's move on.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and unhatch the leash, man. Go at him.
Oh man.
You have no power here, Rashid.
Okay.
Go at him, Rashid. Go at him.
So just to let's see, 1 second here.
No, but he brings up a good point. I mean, it's just the fact that, you know, the market's changed from like when
there's lower demand. You know, the only people that are still here are the hardcore people. The like everyday collector that would just like come in, buy a statue here and there, not following things too closely. They're not keeping up with this anymore. The prices went up, or like there's other financial pressures in their lives. There's the collectors that still want to collect even when like finances are turbulent, like the economic situation is turbulent for them.
Yeah.
Those are the people that
still slide that piece in, right?
They'll still, exactly. And Sideshow is more than happy to give you a payment plan so that you can make it work. Oh, right. You can't pay us $1,000? God, don't worry, we got you. You just have to pay,
not just Sideshow.
You just have to pay us $100 every month.
But don't worry, if you can't do it 1 month, you can push it back. Don't worry about it. If you can't do it again, you can push it back. But that third time, hey, you gave us the NRD. You knew what you got your hands into.
And now you can see these other companies that are not Sideshow. They're starting to implement policies to make it so you can't back out of a purchase.
Yeah,
they don't want you to. They want you to commit and stay in for good. Like at the very least, they want to keep your money. PCS now is saying they will only give you store credit, so your money is locked in on their website. If you try to get a refund, that money is not coming back to your pocket. They already got it, and if you want a statue, you could get a statue, but you're not getting cash back in your life.
Yeah, man, not getting no cash back in your life. So I want to gotta ask this question, guys. Is this Loki Premium Format a cash out, or I don't know? I'm not saying if you guys are gonna buy it, but if a collector was asking your recommendation, do you think for the price point, not knowing the edition size, knowing it does come with the exclusive, is this a yay or a nay for you?
Price out of the topic?
Yeah.
When you show that picture with the background, it's a hell yeah. It's a good statue.
Yeah.
It's a good statue. It's like Matt was saying, it's one of the best Lokis out there. That portrait, yes. That's a fantastic Loki portrait. I hope production comes out as good. Sideshow need to be able to justify. They need to build a consistent, like
you know what I think they could do, and I think this would for me would justify it, is have a good art print to go along with it.
And you know what? That probably wouldn't cost them that much.
Right.
It wouldn't cost, you commission an artist, how much you charge them. Like you say, okay, I will give you $5,000 and we get to put an art print, and how much to print each individual one. Sideshow even owns their own print shop, not print shop, but printing press.
I think that would be the cherry. That'd be the cherry on the top of what I think that people would like. You know what I'm saying? You got to give some sort of something. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Make it feel more premium for the premium price.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anytime you go over a K, anytime you're going over a K, you gotta give somebody a cherry.
So you think if Sideshow just tossed in a few extras, like let's say a certificate of authenticity and a
I don't care about that.
No. Like it's not like I don't care about that either. But to throw in something like that, you throw in a certificate, you throw in the art print. Let's say they for any statue that's over 1,000, instead of having like the same kind of art box where it's like the flimsy cardboard, they do the sturdy cardboard like XM, and it opens from the top like that.
Nah, because people throw away the boxes. Look at Dennis.
They
the Puerto Rican bandit. Hey man, what we gonna need? We gonna need the certificate of authenticity. We're gonna need an art print. Go ahead and give some merch. Give some merch.
Just a nice art print. You know, and they can sell the art. Well, they got what? How much is it exclusive?
1,020.
Do they have the collector's edition too, or is it just all?
Just have collector's edition, $9.95, right?
Yep, $25. Yo, and that's another thing, Matt. The exclusives are now $25 more versus in the past. It was like what, $10 more?
No, it varies. It might not even.
It varies.
It would
vary. More than.
It's supposed to be 100.
Some of them were like a lot more money recently, even a lot more.
Which I think, you see, and that's where I would, and that's where but then obviously the exclusive sells out quicker, right? Everybody wants to get the exclusive because it has all the perks to it.
People don't even want to pay retail on a brand new sealed statue from somebody selling in the aftermarket. You know how people are. Hey, you shouldn't be selling it then. You know that's how people be thinking, man.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
You know, even if you discount it, you know.
Yeah.
You got a brand new statue sealed and it's $100 under retail. The first question is, what's the best you can do?
Yeah.
Man. Just what's the best you can do? Like, come on, man. Really?
Yeah, man, this was definitely a good topic, man. A good one here, man. Loki Premium Format. I think Sideshow did an incredible job. If they can duplicate that, if they can replicate that, man, in production, yeah.
I haven't seen. They usually do. Their production usually comes out just like the proto. So
yeah,
I think they've been doing much better recently with some pieces. So like,
totally agree.
I hopefully they maintain that trend, and
I think they will. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but I see that they've made like a 180 degrees turnaround on some things, and it shows, and that's cool. I mean, I like. I'm very critical of Sideshow a lot of times, but I love them at the same time. Maybe that's why I'm critical.
They need more competition, though.
It's out there. It'll come around.
Like, I mean, licensed though. Like, it doesn't exist. Like, who's making? Like I said, quarter scale Marvel licensed.
Sideshow I mean, XM, but XM is recent, right? That's just a recent bump, and somebody's gonna either XM will turn around, or somebody will turn XM around, or you might get another company called MX, or who knows? You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? The same guys will leave XM and go to MX or MR or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it'll happen. I mean, these things happen in business, right? It's kind of cyclical. Somebody falls off, somebody picks up for a little while. So the demand will get out there, and I think some of the other companies, you got PCS is doing good. I mean, they're coming out with some pieces. A lot of it's not Marvel though, but
yeah, man, shout out PCS. Yeah, PCS makes some nice products. I like the stuff that they do, horror related. Also Ninja Turtles, other stuff, but specifically horror, as far as what I would collect. Yeah, man, I like what I see from a lot of the companies. Pretty happy overall.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty happy overall. Tweeterhead has their dark side as well. That's 1/6. I was hoping that was 1/4. It's looking like that.
It's 1/6.
Or yeah, 1/6. Yeah.
Oh man, I thought that was quarter two, man. It's 1/6, huh?
Surprising, but even then, it's not that impressive. Or
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll be the size of XM's Dark Side.
It's 21 inches tall.
It is. It's definitely. In terms of scale, he's 8'9". So they made him 8'9".
Okay. Which means if it was quarter, they would have gave a perfect height representation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. All good. All good. Well, man, dude. I guess I'll go ahead and put a pin in it there. You guys have Constructive Outrage Cruise starting in about 5 minutes here. So I won't take up too much of everybody's time. You guys can go check out the COC. Buck Fangs. Any last words, man?
Delete your Sideshow account. If you don't like this, I'm telling you, if you keep your account, they don't like. That's the only way you could protest. Protest with me. Let's delete our accounts. I'm gonna lead the charge. If you want to do something, or if you just want things to be hopeless, like if you're gonna. Oh man, you guys really think I won't? I have one pre-order left. Like once it's done, once they charge me for Magneto, the annoying thing is they pushed it to June, or at least they pushed the release date. It's supposed to come out this month, or like
for Magneto.
So it was saying like January to April or January to March before.
So
now it says
like that Magneto buck.
I like it. I got it. Right. And I'm waiting for the final payment. And they're saying they've changed the release date, at least for me behind the scenes on my order page. They've changed it from January to June. So so it's now a span of 6 months. I can't blame them. Chinese New Year happened, and that has slowed down everything I've bought. So everything that was supposed to ship from China is delayed. So maybe that's why. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
That is crazy, yo.
Shout out to Random Korean.
Oh man, shout out Random Korean, dude. Definitely, man. Hopefully we'll be able to do some more random lives, man. It just happened to work, didn't have to go to work today. Or in the evening, that I should say, and it just happened to work out, man. But Matt, any last words?
I like this Loki, and Loki's one of those characters that you probably only get one piece, right? I don't see people collecting a bunch of Lokis, so that might be another factor that people, Sideshow's thinking about. You know what I mean? And if this is your Loki, and you want it, get it, man. It's a dope piece. Sideshow's doing really good with a few of their pieces. Hats off to them. Yeah, I mean, if I was to get a Loki, it's not a character that I would get, but for me, although he would fit in my collection pretty good. Yeah, I mean, get it. I'd love to see an art print to go with it. That'd be cool. Just a teaser just to help the price point. It's a little expensive, but if it's going to be your only one,
Just some bum says Cash. Even though I don't care for the statue, I'm happy you're gonna get it, man. It's a nice piece, and I enjoy these videos. Keep it up, man. Hey, man, appreciate you. Just the bum, been there from the beginning, man. Appreciate you and all the streams, man, and all the streams. I like the Loki. I specifically let my custom one go. I think the custom was actually really perfect, and it paired perfect with the Sideshow Daniel Bell's Thor. It was just a perfect pairing, but I just wanted a Loki that was a little bit more compact, and this is exactly what I'm getting from Sideshow. All jokes aside, guys, don't ever say custom again on my. No, I'm just playing. I appreciate you guys, man, for coming out. Shout out the custom, shout out the license, shout out everybody, man. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. I'll probably drop a pre-recorded video tomorrow on Constantine and just get my thoughts on that. And that's been real, man. Hit up the Facebook group, the Kashing Out Collecting Community group, and post some stuff, man. Join the group if you like, and post anything pop culture related, man. Anything pop culture related. I got some channel updates coming for April. April is gonna be something really cool. I'm ready to implement some new stuff. So I got something perfectly planned. I think I got it worked out. I think I can start it in April for sure. So I'm really happy to announce it. And it was one last thing I was gonna tell you guys before I got out of here. Oh yeah, just to reiterate it again, the Man Cave room tour, or therefore what's left of the Man Cave. I will be dropping that this weekend. It'll go early up for the members. I think it's just random Korean as a member, so they'll get that a little bit early. But that's all I gotta say, man. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one, and hey, peace out, everybody. Peace out. Hey, put some cash in your life, and remember, ladies love the BBC, bro. Ladies love the BBC.